around. He set up towards B.
G2 do start on attack. Wow, that's a lot of classic armors.
This guy's explosive.
And Matter's about to be getting a taste of it, I think. You can see G2 gearing
I like this
up
from NRG.
the pistol.
With the change, you start the KO more over towards B. I think that has to happen. You can see G2 in the pistol. They're literally waiting for the knife. They want to see if they can send this.
There it is. Not anticipating that Matter was cut up close into the corner. That was just the dash. Okay, straight into the wall, but lucky to be alive, and he still scurries away
just
to
gets
the
out of
safety
that.
of the site. Ethan's going to be able to supplement with a bit of covering fire.
Very early read here from Valen as well. If things went wrong, he's gone and taken A main control. So he's offering his team an ability to pivot back. So
yeah, it's a good change up, and Leaf was still making sounds, so the 3 should feel like they're only facing 2 here. Very nice.
Covering away here, but a nice little perch for some to sit on.
Recon on top of the tree as well.
The fight already. Still plan going to be going down. Needs to be some level of coverage there from G2, making sure that there's no repush in through tree for now, but they need a few picks. They need it now. That paranoia just not quite connected.
Very nice on this one.
Cleaning them up.
Might have got a little lucky to get out of main, but other than that, it was a great round.
Those are the players you need coming online.
I like this from NRG as well. KO starting over towards B, not using the knife. Late knife on the contact, get numbers.
In stage 1, and
I think it was
Sam as well, who's been looking right up there alongside Valen as one of America's best controller players. They were pretty quiet that first map, but taking control here on the pistol.
It was an unusually quiet map from Sam. He's almost always up towards
2-1.
the scoreboard for this team.
2-1 for the pistols.
And you see him up there here on the pistol. It was a good defensive setup.
Guys, you got to buy more than this. You're up against the Stingers. Oh no. Okay, they got an extra one. They got an extra gun in there. Might not be too bad. Matter at the moment, no armor, saving for the op. Whoa, okay. I think comms came in a little bit here that they like to force buy on this one.
They're going to be sending it flying forwards now. Salvos try and pave a way onto this B site. Close behind stairs, you can see.
Force, they deal with all the trips over towards site. Oh, bro, it's a great recon though, and that forces them back through the choke.
Now we start flooding out.
Says they all easily run out.
Looking to see if they can gain an advantage, any sort of position onto it. Finesse, flashback forwards. There's a refight occurring, but no one's watching the back of the stairs. And these players are being picked to pieces. NRG.
Dude, everyone, look how smart this is from G2 though. Like buying full positional as well. Like our sheriff's over towards main.
Matter's just holding, hoping and praying that somebody will walk into that. The paranoia is good. Putting a squeeze onto this one.
Rough timing, but good trades. Yeah, very nice from G2. Well, there goes the good stuff for NRG, and there goes any of the momentum as well. I like this from G2. First of all, they're incredible with Stingers. Second of all, this like shutting down the momentum, especially after the 13-1. Like, that's so sick.
Snuck all the way around behind.
Notchem with the Prime. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the Prime.
Had such a great pistol.
And these are the problems that were manifesting map 1 for NRG. Getting into winning positions, being up, and honestly having a solid position, and then fumbling the
G2 have the best Stingers. They're so good with it. Like across the board, they're all incredibly good with it.
G2 could get to. And now they're stuck back down onto an eco, and G2 going fast over towards A to start here.
That previous round as well wasn't even one where Giacomo had.
So did he go close here to see if he heard the trip that's like this?
And essentially they just dry swung out through the
right, is that what they did there?
Leaving it through different exits.
Try and hit the trip. Wait, does this mean that they're trying to hit FNS's sights? Tried to hit the trip, don't hit the trip, go over towards B, thinking that the Cypher's there?
That is part of the beauty of the Waylay, though, that even if that set play goes wrong, she's just going to refract all the way back towards the rest of the team, and you're just basically playing the same way you would if you had Jet no dash. And going for
maybe it's a read they have on
sacrificing your Waylay for these set plays.
Matter's on an island here. I'd be able to at least take one head off, not quite. Leaf is far too sharp. Woke up early today. You see it, Thorns going up and overhead.
Salvos, no risk on this one.
For a late stage backstab, he's just tucked
Even
himself down
stunned.
into mid while the side take comes through. G2 will be able to get access to this one. It's left open and freely here for NRG, and here comes that backstab attempt, swinging right from the side, a refract as well. Now Giacomo is going to have to worry about his back here. Double dash, light speed all the way from the
No way.
Some just can't manage
Oh
it.
my goodness.
No way,
He's going to get that ult pretty early.
Yeah, it literally looks like just bullying in mid from Giacomo. And I love the way he plays this agent, because when he's not going for one of those fast plays, and he actually does slow down the round, you'll see rounds
Okay,
like
Mada
that, where he gets embedded in mid,
wanted
is
to,
gonna
at least
put
on
down
this
his
round, to
refract
save
and
extra
just
money
contact
to
all the way up. You see someone
buy
and
the
you
op.
either
Then he
kill
went
them
for the
or you're getting
Marshall.
out immediately and escaping
Got
with
ecoed
that
anyway.
information. It's
Or
showing
full
some of the
sport.
depth that this agent has.
He's brought some of the attack side macro from when EG used to play Ascent in 2023 on their incredible run. That's the kind of stuff that Demon 1 used to do when they were, you know.
Okay, Waylay 2
doing
away.
incredible
And again,
runs
for
to
the Waylay
Tokyo
ult,
winning champion.
every single time
Now,
they
Mada's
double
picked up
dash
the
here,
operator here, and he's
ult
taking
split
over towards
sight.
Cat. But it's
So that's what I'm
actually
interested
Ethan is
in.
gonna be taking first contact
I would
in B main. Without
I would
really
love
tricks
NRG to
or
win this round so we
much
get a
utility to
5v buy.
defend this side.
But
Ethan is going to be under
it might be
tremendous
wishful
amount of pressure,
thinking.
but refract used, pulled back. There will be no dash engaged from Jorgamo. Slow and steady.
Chance for Mada with the ult, maybe in mid.
Going over the top. Does Mada overreact or not? Because it can't see him. Oh my goodness. Dude, they did the jump peek with... Dude, it kind of worked out nice though. It's like the jump peek for the swing, but at the same time he's doing the tech with the drone, where he tucks around the corner and you can still drone up. There's like double use of it. It's a great recon. Flash is really good. It's a lot up to Ethan. He has Omen Flash. Sorry, he has Flash, but Som actually Omen TP's in and has a great flash there on elbow. On lane, sorry.
Slowly trying to dissect this one. Smoke propped up, a bit of spam.
They know he's here because the flashes.
They got to suspect that there could be an additional player. And Ethan's going to reveal himself anyway. Layers down an aid, just lands short and shy of the mark. They know he's there. It's just an inevitability. He's going to need a miracle, I think, to try and clean this one up. And the discipline of G2 is not going to allow it.
Oh boy, there goes the op as well.
In an unwinnable situation in a 1v3, he's got to know what his players are. But Valen
They're wrecking
too much on point.
And now they might have a different ult strat because they're against an eco.
About NRG. Oh, didn't they play so badly today? If indeed this map ends up going the same way as the first. But I think the defensive setup here is actually pretty good. As you said, that recon dart from Brock, this smoke that they throw in the site as well, the teleport in from Som to support Ethan in backside. But the problem is G2 are just too disciplined against this kind of stuff. They don't just run into a smoke and die. They spam into it, catch Som and isolate the 1v1s at the back of B. You're dealing with a different level of opponent here, and the normal defensive protocols aren't finding their value.
So G2 did it. Just feeling empowered right now. They've got all
yeah, they do different ult strat.
A win here. They know it if they close up this series nice and pretty.
Yeah, I wonder if they... Dude, we'll never know. But if it was a 5v buy, I wonder if they were going to do this ult strat from the get-go or not. I'd have been so interested. Either way, I think they would have.
They're showing no signs of slowing
like
down.
Vinci to have kind of antied themselves a little bit in terms of knowing what NRG would try and do.
Just trying to survive the spam coming his way. A flood out now in through Heaven as well.
Dude, these smokes are kind
of these players swinging out wide in front of Dice. NRG attempt to dissect up through onto the site once more. The thorn's not broken.
No way.
Oh my. Has to step back a little bit, taking
damage
into the process, jumping through in your face.
Dude, he's out here spraying the jaws, man.
He's unleashed
he's out here spraying in between kills.
We talk a lot about how strong this composition is at going for execs, the set plays, but G2 do such a great job at their post plants in this map, always having layered utility, be it the rechargeables on Teo, the thorns from the buys to keep the retaking players from coming in. But besides all that, Jorgamo is almost always being put in positions where he is allowed to just go loose and dominate in these post-plant positions. Another round where he does it there, and true to his average, 2.0 KD to start this map.
Potential for a bit of a fight here in B main at the start of this one. Not sure whether Finesse and Brock were looking to fight over it heavily, but they're certainly...
And they're really...
tries to take the space.
They were really on top of the fact that they wanted to fight over towards A main a little bit.
Convergent paths, because they use them
Smoke,
on an
flash, and then the knife all the way through.
There goes Valen at the start of the round.
Finally, it's Mada getting some value out of this operator. He's been holding on to this one. Taking pot shots
they
as well.
get crazy trades.
Spam. That's meant to punish Mada onto this angle and line, and even go for another peek. Another chance, another pop at it. Jonah P slowly crawling up onto the line of sight on the angle. Ethan looking to fill in the holes in the potential defensive setup here for NRG.
Mata's walked all the way through. He might have a timing onto Trent here, but they're still ready. Any position where you think
really trying his best to win it. That's the problem. He's like going out of his way to try win it.
Here. Still Gardner's going to be overlapping, clearing most of the way. Opportunities for Ethan to potentially avoid. That's the refract, gets the info, knows that at least there's one there, but it's going to be fading away in the gun. Line straight back up, a rare mistake potentially here from G2.
Dude, Ethan did great to get to him.
Choose up 2 of them, brings it into a 2v2
FNS picked up the camera. Don't know how long they have until recon.
They've had in quite some time.
Jorgamo used his ult in the previous round. He's almost got another one up.
He's just missed the timing on that one. Trent might have just been spotted as well. Backing off into main. Question marks being cleared up for NRG when they're trying to play this retake.
The timing on this reflank is perfect from Jorgamo.
Yeah, and Trent's doing good to distract.
There seems to be that level of awareness potentially. No, Brock is just all over the place here, and he's none the wiser.
God, Jorgamo is playing insane, by the way. He's having a lot of fun as well.
Guy going huge with multi-frags.
Now, do they do the A hit or do they do the B split?
5 rounds in a row, 1 for G2 now.
10-3.
Yeah.
He's 10-3 after 6 rounds played. Just keeping up the same level of momentum from map
what do you do? If you're NRG here, you call a timeout.
And I swear,
they have 2 set strats.
The previous round, and he has it online again immediately afterwards. How's he done that? That's ridiculous.
It's light work for a guy like Jorg, apparently. Reactions like that. And
so what are you trying to do here? So if they do the A hit again,
when we used to
you prioritize teams, top box on the right. Right, so this is the entrance, this is Jenny, this is door. You go top box, for sure. That's where my Omen goes.
Slow things down and be ready
for the next fight. But I think G2 is really someone close middle.
Perfectly.
Like
when they're in their mid round,
you gotta abuse the fact that they don't use
that moment to slow things down, commit together to one direction of a team fight, and punish NRG in these team fights that, for them, have been looking very chaotic all series.
Yeah, and we teed up this series really at the beginning of it, talking about the old guard versus the new guard ever so slightly. Listen, the torch passing happened about a year back, to be honest.
Yeah. I feel sorry for Mike's, man. Every time he calls a timeout, it's like 4-0, 4-1.
They used to be the bushy-tailed, big-eyed, looking so green on the big stage, but at this point, they are the experienced top dogs.
The change up from G2.
But Bren, this was supposed to be the year where NRG takes that back. This is
they're going to do the A strat. I think they should be prioritizing here. Let's see. I think if you were here, you would farm. Personally.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course.
Yeah, this is the one position where there's no util hit.
Yeah.
But they want to go aggro this one. They go for Omen Flash, Recon deep.
Aggro fight from NRG, just trying to triple up and face this one. Overwhelm with a bit of brute force in action, but oh my, you've been slow to a crawl. And here's the punish, capitalizing and collapsing onto these players. There's no hope anymore, NRG, man. Pack it up, hit the uninstall button.
You play fast, and G2 are just better in the chaos. You play slow, and G2 find the better spots at pausing and controlling the chaos.
They're running him down. Yeah, they have a new set strat with this.
It is tough. It's got to feel brutal on the stage for NRG currently.
Because
no matter what they try, they are getting outclassed.
Come on,
they
you guys
didn't really...
Finesse Stinger 1v3?
You know the round where they did the ult against them? They didn't really learn from it, in my opinion.
He managed to ISO a fight.
I wouldn't even start with that one, Bren.
He ISO'd a fight in main and somehow just killed 2 players with a stinger.
Well, he ran out of time and then got 1 exit kill and died.
Yeah, that could be it.
No, he actually did, though.
Okay, but he has run out of time.
Yeah, time, unfortunately.
Not exactly playing to his outs in this spot. 6-1. I mean, it's so brutal. This map should be extremely defense-sided. I think especially with the current meta, where we're seeing teams opt into a lot of double sentinel comps on this map, for example. We have seen games where it looks impossible to win attack side rounds on Ascent. So the fact that G2 are already up 6-1.
Yeah, it's like we're rolling out a red carpet, to be honest.
Yo. Well, you heard it earlier from Josh RT. He wanted to come in and
is that when he got killed by the stinger from heaven? That's sick.
To NRG, but to everybody else in Americas, that you're not like us, little bro.
Yeah. I think that's a big part of it.
I mean, that stinger top mid was nuts there.
But G2 are winning this series, locks them into playoffs of stage 1.
Mata back to the well in mid.
Trying to go for that peak. This is hyper aggro as well. It needs to be that covering fire.
This is nice though. They at least have the trades ready. Dude, look how fast G2 react on this one. They realize they're going for a 4-pass and pinch over towards middle, right, with 2 bottom and one here. They insta TP over towards B as the rest go over towards here. That's what I mean. Like, if you actually look at how fast Valen is to just go, yeah, 2-2, we can just go back to the site here. Incredible. That was one of the fastest I've ever seen. And they still are locked in, and like they should have a rough time winning the round, but just still impressive.
Just an attempt to slow down what NRG are cooking up. There's no other map control really for G2. So got to see if they can punch a hole through the wall and find a way out of it themselves. And that's why they're doubled up, close quarters, just cutting it up.
3 lane.
Tied onto these angles, just trying to make sure that it's quirky enough that NRG potentially are ready for them. Valen, almost not to be denied, but he's left it into the 1v1 in capable hands indeed. It's
not the salvos, bro. Of course it's the salvos. They went 3 lane.
A 4v3 advantage round again. I've seen too many of them at this point. There were a few like this on Lotus. At the beginning of the map especially, where NRG had the advantage.
What is that?
That's how he gets the
kill.
kill.
What is
yeah,
that?
well, what is that?
They're not playing a Sova. That's not a dart. That's just a spam in the right place.
Yeah, no, perplexed.
I mean, Trent looks perplexed at how he managed to kill
Would you
Finesse
go
there at
for
the end. But
another-
I think Finesse, even if he had tried to force the fight, he just didn't have the time to be able
Another
to
timeout or not?
Anyway, Trent's played that round wonderfully. And even with NRG having a good game plan at the start and the good trades off Mada, it just comes down to naught.
You try and sell a story of hope for NRG. You think, oh, Mada's going to be good. Every time he's gotten the op, he's maximum gotten 1 kill before getting punished. You think, ah, Sam's going to have another one of those games, anchoring things down on the Omen, but he's been punished in most of these rounds as well. 7-1 to this point. And here's Jaws. Ult coming in, split towards A.
Oh my god. He's styling on him, bro. Oh, this is kind of nuts, though. Dude, Brook could win this round.
Is pathing out. It's going to be communist to his team, but doesn't matter if you already know where it is.
What happened?
A difficult position to try and fight
Wait,
his way
oh,
out
okay,
of.
the door's been down the whole time. Dude, I was looking on the minimap thinking, has this guy not got like 3 kills right here?
Apart the defensive plays and setup of NRG. Rapidly going out towards heaven. That's given up a kill with Jorg going down. Mada, quick dash off to the side. Attempt to cut it up. Now a bit more disciplined, tempered and instilled really from these G2 players. I love that engagement. Mada trying to make the most out of this particular spot, dropping down. Ethan's even finding another one. That's one of the best
Jonah Pete to tuck in there, but
in a long while. Tap out, forcing these players out wide. And now for the close quarters engagement, they got to know exactly where he is. And Trent, barely alive, shredder health to his name, yet still wins out that fight, and time has been bought with the salvos. Don't tell me he wins this, Brook! Barely
yeah,
on
dude,
time.
of course he does. Of course Trent's won it. Dude, Trent, absolute masterclass, by the way. That is an incredibly hard 1v2 to win. Incredibly hard.
You see salvos coming out from line, you know he's in his iPad. Swing him! Swing him! And Ethan's still jiggling the corner like he's worried about being killed by Trent. Like I understand at some point after you've lost 13-1 on map 1 and you're down 7-1, you're gonna lose some confidence, but you have to find it in those spots. Because that's the kind of round.
All they do is play post-plant.
But they shouldn't have been allowed to play post-plant in that spot. They already had the retake going. You can apply pressure there. You suppress Trent early. You know he's on his salvos. Swing him. Just swing him, bro. Just swing him. And even if you don't swing him early, swing him when you see the salvos flying through the air. Just swing him. 8-1. It's utterly brutal.
That round through.
Oh no, they're getting so
I'm gonna be honest, because it's like that is like, if your confidence is that cooked, you need to get it back. It's been 2 rounds won in the last 2 hours of gameplay. And G2 is just, they're chilling. You see it in every reaction cam. They're feeling
NRG
good.
looking terrible, G2 doing amazing. It's a solid amount of both. I don't think...
the perfect change out of them, and it's
things actually think that NRG played better on Lotus than they have Ascent so far.
Huge value out of the way, like the hinder and the convergent path, sorry, and then the saturate being thrown out to apply huge spread of hinder. Combine that with the paranoia, and he just had a free pick onto Finesse. There was nothing Finesse could do about that. So Huge amount of value there. I think sometimes it's just down to being Jorgamo.
Guys, stop going aggro A. Please just play where they can't.
Agent, but
Check.
that was some waylay value.
Yeah, and NRG have been learning to respect, I think, these A main
Like,
fights
even
that
if you
be
just
going
think
through
on like
G2,
a small
G2
level of like, if we just micro over towards A,
from that no
right?
command.
They don't have a solver anymore.
Bit of a
Like, what
pause
kind
being
of
forward here for
options
G2,
does that
looking for
free
some
up?
sort of reaction of
Like,
NRG.
I should be
Here's
seeing
Throw Me,
Ethan
using
play
play around
here
from mid.
like 3 rounds, really, in my opinion.
The smokes are coming up,
Oh,
though,
to
and
be
that
fair
means
though, I
Paranoid
mean the Omen
Knight
Flash would
out
go
through the
onto
back
you.
as well, so
Maybe
good
that's
looking
why
this
they're
one,
Omen Flashing
Puts
from
down
here.
the
I would
active
love to
smoke
know
at
that.
least. Just in
But
time,
I
he's able to
think
get that one down, and NRG
it should
just
always be
fighting
over
from the
towards
sides,
here.
aren't they? Making
Pretty
it
sure
nice
you
and
would be
difficult
above
for
that
G2
Omen
to get
Flash.
comfortable in this spot and position, but they do eventually clear out that pesky problem that was solved.
Like, they're just
When it's down
not.
to the bottom, NRG just trying to
It
push
just
their way
isn't
straight
enough
back into
for.
this one. As that cloudburst fades, Mada already just a 3-piece, but dropped down in a moment's notice, and it leaves it all down to Finesse.
A 1v2 this time. And a bit more time to play
Also,
with.
like,
The
their
spike
comp,
still yet to be planted.
their comp's so outdated now.
Doable. But Leaf's been
Like,
providing
Teo
great
is
artillery
so
fire
good on
from
this
A main
map, I
this entire
swear.
time. And they've got across. I mean, Leaf can essentially just bait the plant here and get the kill. Finesse trying to make sure that he isolates
Dude, he's definitely
the
putting
1v1s.
some time on his stinger though. His stinger's kind of legit.
It's trivial for Leaf at the end of the day. 9-1 here. And it really does feel like, I mean, we're just rolling out the red carpet, aren't we? G2, here's your invite for the Sage 1 playoffs.
And any other team, you're in a 1v2, 9-0
The
up.
fast map at the
You
moment.
expect them to
We're only
maybe
21
make a
minutes
little
in.
mistake, give an opportunity away. No, G2, they're holding off on the plant. They're setting up a bait. They have the perfect crossfire, and they don't let anything slip
Come on,
away.
Sliggy. Dude, what do you want me to
Give
do?
Josh RT that stomp he asked for.
Why are you saying come on, Sliggy, bro? I can't do anything, man. They're getting wrecked.
Gathered all
What do you want me
up
to
towards
say?
B-main again.
There's nothing I
With
can
the
say,
KO,
dude.
with the Visal. It's
Cast them, bro. There's no
Really
no helping them. What do you want me to say? G2 are gonna 13-1 them?
Getting some usage. G2 have been slowed down into the choke point for now, but you're going to see it overlaying up with the ults. Now they don't actually have a smoke, finally one for CT, but out towards the back of the site, how are they going to be dealing with this player? Playmaker, Ethan could potentially do a lot here from that spot.
Oh my god.
And he does indeed!
For God's
Classic
sake.
right-click in play, even going for another attempt. Go with things, dash in through the back, it's pure chaos, it's pure anarchy.
Well,
but NRG, they forge a path
honestly,
out of
fair
it
play,
anyway.
man. Maybe you're right.
well, there's a huge
What am I
round from
doing?
Ethan.
Why didn't I do this earlier?
Throws down his
Why
fragment
don't we
grenade
have-
and
that's
manages
all I
to
have to
classic
do?
right-click one of the
That's
other
crazy.
players. That'll do the business, I suppose. This is the same kind of defensive setup.
Who's the
like
chat? I
last
should
time.
probably apologise to this
Som
chat. Who was it?
teleported,
Slime
used his
Bunny?
ultimate to get
I
into backside
apologise.
to reinforce Ethan.
I didn't
And I
realise.
like that
Dude.
defensive protocol. This time he doesn't
That's my
go for
bad.
it, but
That's actually my bad.
they just leave Ethan completely alone and he gets the job done.
A chance for a third 2 here. No command available. G2's money. A little imperfect. A couple of stingers coming up for them.
They won 9 rounds in a row and they don't have money.
How's that happen? Oh, there it is, aggro play! Oh, the knives are going all over the bloody place! And
How's my
out
guy-
the middle onto the
how's
corner.
my guy
Trent
allowed to
still
get a
gets
kill?
a kill in the midst of it.
Maybe if G2 bought a couple
That's
less,
really
lattes, they'd
criminal.
have purchased
How
as well.
how is
Stop
how's
going
he
for the
allowed to get a
avocado
kill?
toast millennials.
Really not. Slight speed straight in through onto the site using the Dykes as a bit of coverage as well. Fire into the back and that's an ult as well, supplementing it. Reinforcements arriving, but it's Som
no.
essentially alone into
You know
this
he's
one.
hit.
Damage done to Jorgamo, surely enough to try and claim that second
How
kill.
did he
Yet
win
somehow,
these?
Jorg finds it anyway. Squaring up to the fight, Leaf, he was eager to draw some blood out towards Market, even contemplating it. Shorty in hand! He can't keep getting away with this!
10-2.
He's giggling!
He's
I
laughing
mean,
at him.
of course he is,
Of
bro.
course
Look
he
at what
is.
he's doing.
He's giggling and kicking his feet under the table. I mean,
Trent
these are
nearly
vile
gets
rounds.
a double with a classic in main. And then they get 2 with the shorty.
Yes, okay. All right.
It's brutal. It is brutal. This is bullying. What you're watching today,
I mean,
this
yeah.
is bullying in Valorant.
And it's 10-2, and we're going to be going to the half. And listen, we're going to see, how does this get wrapped up? Any guesses? Whatever, we'll just go
Call
to
the
the break.
bully
Go to the
hunters.
break. Go to the break.
We're going to Pearl.
Oh,
I
no,
don't think
we're
about
going
that.
to Pearl!
Please don't copyright me. Only played 5 seconds. Let's get some of these VODs going. Dude, none of the crew ones up yet. There we go. Pussy's live. This because of Billy? Dude, what? Guys, Chaz, some of you lot are cooked, man. What does that even mean, dude? It is, though. You're gonna have to explain that one. You're gonna have to explain that one. Because Billy broke FNS 2 years ago. God's sake. Don't post this to VODs. What do you mean, dude?
G2 in the second map.
I gotta post it.
Really the only one I need to convert as well for a lock
muted for a reason.
Stage 1 playoffs. Very clear path here for G2. Our most dominant team in Americas. And yeah, it's all giggles, it's all laughs, obviously. Quite jovial.
This is their chance to prove it. They couldn't take home the trophy in Bangkok, but
Shortest VOD ever? Nah, we still had that Paper X game that finished in like 22 minutes. This is 25 minutes, almost 26 minutes.
Just that one close match.
That Paper X game was that Paper X game will never get beaten, by the way. And I'm not sure if even if a team tried to lose 0-13 that fast, I'm not sure they could do it.
For them. They're looking purely towards winning again in Americas, making it to Toronto, winning in Toronto potentially.
Don't own him from the position. Don't own him from the position that NRG should have been playing in.
Here, Jorgamo's going to get his time to shine. Not like he's been lacking it so far in this map. Now he's had to bide his time for now, but there it is.
Insult to injury.
Oh
God, even when he's trying
right now, that is overwhelming presence. It's an onslaught delivered up on the platter. G2, it's 11-2.
God, it's 1-1 for Pistols as well. It just keeps getting worse.
They're in the walls at this
3-1
point.
though. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Had the entire team ready to go and just sent NRG
Don't forget
hacking.
to check the mature content box for this VOD. You lot of savages, man. Okay, they get their own Stinger Force by. We got Outlaw out.
This is brutal.
I got so much sleep, dude. This is incredible.
There's as many casters as rounds that NRG.
We're gonna be feeling great for Pacific. Chat, what is the Pacific? What the Pacific games tomorrow?
Okay, sorry, I wasn't considering the prior map.
Yeah, you weren't thinking about the previous map as well.
Big picture.
No.
My bad. Yeah, that was 3.
All right, G2 better wrap
It's actually Paper X Boom. Oh my goodness.
NRG
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, they certainly have. Straight into the Outlaw Jorgamo. Not much pushback from that one there. G2 are happy to play this one cautiously. Yes, you can close the door. Yes, you can get
Omen Flash, Salvos.
Retaking this spot.
How are we doing this one? Double
damage done to Jorgamo. He's got to be careful.
Double KO Flash. Oh, speaking of KO Flash, that was nice.
Som was ready for that one, primed.
Oh, they all group towards door to take some control of the door. Yeah, they've been proactive. Jonah P might be able to win the rounds. God, what a flash that is. Oh, they actually can't stop the defuse. They actually can't stop the defuse.
Full stick, full peace of mind, and 12
God, dude, Jonah P played it way too good, man. Give him a chance.
When the plant is not for them. I think
give praise to Jonah P. They're being proactive. That's okay.
And it doesn't quite work for them.
Yeah, they get it killed, then they realize they should go door. Then Jonah P survived for about 10 seconds longer than he thought he would.
Yeah, they're literally just getting caged off. One player's working back through Cat, and
yeah, they had to make a plan once this didn't work out, or they pushed him over towards short. Then they had to go back to site. Yeah, them being proactive wasn't too bad.
Dash engage from Jorg, and Jonah was going to be applying.
The issue is that G2 is always so good at identifying.
Augusto, thank you so much, bro. Thank you.
Saving utility for that fight.
Did you see the interview where Trent said that every other team except MRBR and G2 are overrated? Saying that every other team has gaps in their play. I mean, that's honestly, from what we've seen, it seems pretty accurate.
I think that might have been an. Was that an old
nuts, man. Is MIBR really there already? Might be.
I'm not too sure.
I think I'm overthinking it.
I think I've got like 30
That'll just be in Americas before you guys start typing
will not work as well.
other teams.
Absolutely, because some of them will pop too early now.
It's a good opener.
It's a great shot.
Yeah. It's matter. The head.
That's so unfair, man. Come on.
With an Aries.
Okay, Joke's like, you know, I hit him 140.
Dude, have some mercy, bro. What is this?
And Trent's like, okay, all right, I'll do it. Now he's feeling
God, you're perfectly timing your stun, so only Ethan has to run out as well.
ADS stuff, just having a field day here. It's like he's in the training range. See what kind of high score you can really get. 2 players against the world, backs against the wall here. Finesse is making the most of it. He's carved out a bit of a path into mid. Going to be able to cause without evacuation.
Whoa!
The heels. Finesse, hold on. This guy's woken up. He's a bit angry now.
You cannot let Trent win this 1v2. It's Finesse and Psalm.
He's catching it, surely.
And Finesse is holding.
That's a pixel angle, Finesse.
And a pre-fire.
Trying to send it for him. Trent still has options.
They're kind of low HPs.
Uh-oh, they're walking into each other.
Yeah, the collapse might be occurring. He just needs to bide his time and wait for the right moment here. Oh my!
Oh, God, he's going to salvo. Oh, the salvo broke the door.
Oh, but he got away from his own salvos! He's trying to isolate this fight out. This is it for all the marbles for the 13th round on the board.
What a round from Evan.
Roast back the years with that one.
The warrior that NRG needs.
Oh, man.
He hits an insane 4K to drop the lead down to 42.
Oh Jesus.
It's a great round for Finesse.
I mean, that show was really
Great
nice.
round for Finesse.
Yeah, he does roll back the years a little bit, but I think this game might still be over.
No, it's 1 round at a time, buddy.
It is 1 round at a time. It is.
But 9 of them on the attack side of Ascent with default comp.
We need to bring in another caster, by the way.
The
They've got
VOD,
4
it's not
rounds
too bad.
now.
True, yeah.
31.
When do you want to hop in?
Where's the extra headset?
Yeah, we need 4.
31
Then if they
minutes.
win another round, listen, at some point we're going to run out of people.
We're gonna just
Dude, they
start
forced him
grabbing
down to an
random people
eco.
from the scene. You're working a LTA today, right?
Yeah.
You know this Valorant a little
Gets
bit.
into overtime or don't know.
Dude, I told you they would start getting like plat chat.
They've dropped G2 down onto an eco, so... You know, honestly, it is
Plat
these
chat
kind of
guarantee.
rounds
No,
where
dude, we're doing good. We only got
often
1 wrong this
see-
week, right?
Almost every time, actually.
Considering we had
to
like
convert.
10.
Because sometimes the team just takes their foot off the gas, but I would
And then I saved us
assume that
tomorrow
NRG
when
is still
Paper
gonna
X
be
win.
Very focused in a round like this. Normally it's when the comeback's been
And
going
then
for
we
a
did
while.
great and only
Hajime
lost the
was a
Vitality
Bucky on
one.
Catwalk.
I've never seen him get a good clip with a Bucky, though.
No,
never
not on
Ascent.
Ascent.
No.
Not towards the A side either.
Never. Never. Flash up. Suppression as well. That drone's going to be catching onto Ethan. 45 seconds
Tragic,
now,
man, be nice.
Cautiously. You're going to run out of pivot options. You're going to be running into the close quarter weaponry that's being purchased. Brought up by G2. I'm getting worrying signs here.
The
gang.
Bucky's
I'm
still
really,
there.
God, the Bucky
really
is
quite
actually going to
concerned.
farm them. I can't be asked.
I'm really quite concerned.
Oh,
I'm really quite concerned.
he's baited him in.
It's the bait.
Yes.
Oh my God, he saturates himself in the
You
process.
told
Pick it back up. Go on. Family heirloom. Pass it around. It's in the will. And
Oh,
out for May.
God.
Okay, this is steadily being cleaned up. With only 15 seconds left, they're lucky that there's no more bodies to really contest.
Why is this
with
such
onto
a
the
stacked
site. Gonna
game
be
right now? It's incredible
a
to
bit
watch.
more dangerous.
One enemy remaining.
I'm looking for the ultimate snowball here. Not quite seeing it, but Ethan is 1 away
Yeah.
from getting his online. So maybe NRG can work something around that. But Jorg is going from a Bucky to an operator, so taking things into a slightly different direction. And with how slowly NRG played that attack round, if they do something similar, I think it's going to allow a lot of
Stacked. I mean, for entertainment more
Those
than
kind of peaks with
anything
the
else.
Where's he taking it?
Starting over towards A this round.
In a passive spot, though.
It's a bit harder to be proactive with the waylay when you're on.
Wait,
but
how
you
does
have to
this wall
basically
work like
take your
this?
timing to place down that gate.
Deep down of NRG.
I didn't even realize you could do this one. Might have to add this wall in.
Control.
It's off the pot on the
Smoke is
floor.
not going to be obstructing
works.
where Jorg is.
Oh, that's cool.
That's their own main smoke from NRG.
Yeah, because
Okay, 8
you
chances.
see the defensive one that cuts you off and threatens that the defenders could be getting into wine. So then NRG smoke a main, which allows you to clear out wine, and it kind of helps you take full A control. So it is a bit weird, but that's the kind of smoke meta at the moment in A on Ascent.
But you also use one of your smokes, a second in mid here.
Priest,
Kinda
nothing's
have to
going
keep
on,
the round
man.
a bit
Follow
slower,
that.
wait
Let's
for
see
that
this
to come
wall
back
on shot.
online, as they will work into mid.
Reactive.
So no command, flash
Taken.
rebounding, pop straight off here, Jonah P. Tucked tight to the corner, to the wall as well. Off his contact, there's probably going to be some level of presence on the rest of his team. Yet shots are missing, going wide. It's a mad
Omen
dash and
flash though.
spray
Yeah,
down.
honestly, I think you guys just go B now, right?
Doing a
Did
decent
so
job
well.
dissecting up most of the site, but they're going into a different direction.
The ops here,
Prius.
Brian. Giorgimo
Just
has
about
been
to
waiting
see the
this
wall and he's
entire
changed it
round.
off.
They're going. Skipping a hop, making all the noise into the wall. They've
You
slowed
go,
it down to the right moment.
Prius,
They only have
for
20
God's
seconds to
sake,
work
we
with
missed a
the end.
6-second wall.
Dimension.
I wanted to see the
Wow,
wall.
What a shot by Matter.
That's a blinder of a shot.
Gonna see that one back again into the replay.
God's sake.
Nasty work. And for G2, just looking to see if you can save some of these guns. It was a full investment from them.
I mean, they're not going to
Quite a
say
nice round
juice.
there
The
from
bunnies are
NRG,
going
but
crazy as well. What's going on?
Looked a little dangerous. I like the fact that they pushed the B players back into a defensive protocol and then pivoted A. It was very difficult, I think, for any of the people.
Most
on B to
disappointed
help Jorg,
because
even
normally
with
I'm
20
memeing on
seconds
Prius,
the
but I'm
clock.
actually
It's
disappointed
actually
in
pretty
him this
tough
time.
for one Waylay to be able
Genuinely
to shut
really wanted to see
everything
the
down
wall.
on that side.
Last player standing.
One of those guns will fall for G2.
Because the sound's on this side, right,
Should
as
mean
well,
they're gonna have
which
some
means it's
rough
harder to
weaponry
hear.
going into this next one.
Or is it?
For NRG thus far, it has just been success in the way that they've been wanting to play this game the entire series. These very slow attack side mid-rounds. Sleeve gets to keep his gun as well.
It does actually
And there goes the
matter.
operator
Like, it's the
too.
only hero gun at the
Matter's
moment.
actually going to invest in a new attack op, even though he, picked that one up off the floor. But clearly wants that as part of the game plan. And there's that shot he hit to be able to open things up.
Enemy remaining.
Good awareness.
Josh RT feels the stomp he was asking for, starting to slip a little bit here. He's going to call G2's first time out of the series.
At 12-5. Yeah, I mean, okay, fair enough.
Yep.
They're
Got
headed
two of
into-
them left.
Yeah, I mean, you've still got plenty of timeouts, but you're headed into an eco round, so you're not looking to really make the adjustment for round 18. You're looking to make it for round 19.
Leaf not being able to buy a
You can
stinger might
definitely have
actually be a
some
net
kind of set
positive.
plan
That's
here
true.
to throw NRG off. And I think some level of early round aggression, some fight towards mid, for example, could really pose a
Predict that
problem for the way
G2
that
win the
NRG
series? Mate, I got that as my pick'ems. What
I
more
think
do
as
you
well
want?
some kind of like aggression more into the
What's that?
mid-rounds, back towards mid. Could be pretty effective. You have a lot of ideas with that with this double initiator Waylay composition. But whenever you're in a position like this, 7 rounds to the good, with only one more needed to close out, it's just a matter of waiting for your ults to come online. Get that one big snowball round, close things out with 3-4 ults, and lock the game up.
And that is going to be the next round.
I also
Jorg is gonna
predict
have his ult
G2
online.
from
Trent's
here.
gonna have his ult as well.
I mean, yeah.
Presumably, we're not going to see Jonah P use it before then either. So
All I'm
they're
asking
gonna
is
have
they
a
don't
massive
lose to
ultimate
this.
advantage by the time these next rifles come online in round 19.
Looks like Jaws saving
No
for an operator in
armors.
this next
3
round as
light
well.
armors.
Keeping quite a few
Classic.
credits in the bank.
And a 4-player stack on A.
Oh, we got a little trap play. Oh, I like that
with
though.
what looked there like a saturate lineup for an A reclear.
Yeah. The Phoenix special.
Any sort of cheeky idea you can call and cook up here when you're on the half-buy weaker money, of course, for G2. Now, NRG will be slow going. Operator in the hands of Matter. It's going to be essentially enforced. Can't really go quick off the back of it. Looking to pick apart some portion of the map control here. It's going to be a drone as well. It's going to be setting Matter onto some sightlines if he chooses to take it.
But this stack has still stayed quiet.
This is it. Side flick to the side. Bit of a reveal of the hands, to be honest, in terms of that one. And the well, dash just
Got
barely
another
made
go
it.
at it.
Matter was trying to make the most of this one. Still earns himself a kill in the process.
You see here the G2 are trying to reclear towards the extremity portion of this split. So they're looking to try to
Time's gonna
fight
get low.
into Som if that was
They're
an A
going
split in
against
A.
a wall,
Energy heading
Fawns,
back towards
Fawns,
B.
Flash,
G2
Salvo.
knows it with this reclear in main,
If
and
Trent
this is
gets a
where
kill, he
the
gets his
VCT
ult.
And the only hero
30
rifle in
seconds
G2's
left.
hands
30 seconds.
are waiting.
I'm really
Balin
worried about
has
this
his
one.
ult.
As well for a quick reinforcement over towards the
Oh,
side.
my
Matter,
goodness,
though,
nice shot.
decapitates Leaf, takes him out.
Okay,
Center
well.
of lane, big reveal in through the back as
It had
well.
potential.
Trent, surely no longer for this
But
world. It's a
Matter
lovely quick
hitting that
scope.
shot on lane was real
Cap
nice.
onto the round overall for NRG. G2. Not too many more chances left into this one for them. Valen and Jorgimo going to have to
One
bide their
enemy
time and look
remaining.
forward to the next.
And if you were an NRG fan, you wanted to see Mata getting online. This rookie has been the bright spot in what has been a really rough year in Americas thus far for NRG.
Rough year,
Proving
rough
his prowess
years,
that
I think.
round. An opening kill with the op. shutting down that
definitely
hero
extend
rifle
that to
could've
years.
turned that round on its head as well.
He's online, but it feels like too little, too late. Still, it's 12-6.
NRG peaked with Ardis. That's crazy, isn't it?
In a row, just to get it through to overtime. And this was perfection from Mada. He played, apart from one missed op shot, everything else was immaculate.
But this is the round that we were talking about now, where G2 is stacked up. All
Why,
but
chat?
one of their
Why are you
ultimates, their
guys
full
saying
weapons
Sage
online.
Wall?
Is their best
Come
chance
on
to
now.
close the game.
No contention here from G2 early, not into
6
main.
chances though.
Stray shot popped off here by Mada, looking to gain control of this one, but a later knife sent flying and potentially the refire. Here it is, Salvo's into the flash, looking to hopefully catch a play, but NRG evacuate in time. Gearing themselves up to fight tooth and nail over this space once more. Stealth drone going to be broken arm again, primed. Which direction is this one going to be going into? See if this one is offloaded.
Okay. I mean, that was a lot of
NRG
force over
again
towards
letting
A
the
though.
clock drain down
They
at
haven't been able to
G2.
clear over towards mid and
Judgment
Jogamo's.
position deep in mid.
Oh my
He'll find the
god!
kill there onto Ethan.
I think the
Oh.
shot is
Was he
absolutely
going for a
nuts.
jump spot there?
No, he did go
Like
for a jump spot, and I
potentially
think the
look at
shot
it.
is sick.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
That might have been a mad shot that
No,
George
it
hit on
was.
his ult.
I'm
Colleague
pretty
from
sure it
EG.
was.
That's going to make things a lot more difficult. And the
Dude,
time
Prius,
is starting
man.
to tick down.
What else is
think
going
you've
on in
got
the
to go
map,
into an exploit
Prius?
Here, but they're going to be so worried about the op still being in this area.
20 seconds.
And all of these ults are so good for either retake or plant denial.
Where are you going? 35 left. This peak needs to be perfect. Finesse lucky that he's still alive into that one.
30 seconds left.
Falling for the evacuation play. It's 100's Fury. This is desperation at its core from NRG. Survival is what they're counting on, and it's all over the bloody place. 20 seconds left. TP's all over the
Guys,
place.
what
now.
is-
It's
what are
Assault.
you doing?
Oh, they can't commit.
Guys,
Looking for
please
that
commit to a
information
site.
and
It's
paranoia to
15
sweep forward.
seconds.
This is the guy with the spike. Armageddon.
No,
layering it
it's on me
down
of the
in front
spike,
him.
bro.
The
10
spike.
seconds.
He needs the blind. It's in no
God.
man's land. And it's done. It's a wrap. It's curtains drop. Fate to black.
Don't
G2
lose on
are
this
going to
round.
playoffs, no matter what.
For God's sake.
What a
I
way
mean,
to
nice shot at the end, but...
Brock with 3, but pure consolation kills.
Oh,
We knew it was
man.
going to be difficult for NRG to navigate that round.
Well.
Way too many ults in play, but
At least he gets to go to
the-
bed
the-
early.
The attack side calling just getting absolutely
amount of sleep before
scrambled
Pacific.
in that final moment. They couldn't figure
Ah,
out
this is
what
rough.
the best call was.